Good morning, dear students. A warm welcome to all of you for our today's digital session for the subject Science and Technology Section A. In our previous session, we have completed with the discussion of chapter number 9, Carbon Compounds. A small topic is remaining, that is chemical properties of ethanoic acid. We have studied in the previous session about the chemical properties of ethanol. Today, we will study the chemical properties of ethanoic acid and then we will start with the discussion of textual exercise for this chapter. Hence, I request all of you to be present with a textbook and a pencils in your hands. Let us start with the chemical properties of ethanoic acid. Now, ethanoic acid, it contains carboxylic acid as its functional group. You have studied about the functional group in this chapter. Now, the first one is we are going to study its reaction with a base. A reaction with a strong base. In 9th standard, you have studied about strong acids, strong bases. So ethanoic acid, it gives neutralization reaction with a strong base, sodium hydroxide, to form a salt and water as its products. You know what is meant by neutralization reaction. It gives salt and water as the byproducts. So ethanoic acid, which is nothing but CH3COOH, reacts with a strong base, that is NaOH, forming this salt which is CH3COONA, that is known as sodium ethanoate, and the liberation of water. So you can see salt and water are the byproducts and the name of the salt is sodium ethanoate. Here they can give you a chemical reaction halfly and you will be told to complete the remaining chemical reaction, identify the type of reaction and what are the names of the products which are formed. So that way also the question can be asked in the exam. Next is reaction with carbonate and bicarbonate, that is CO3 and HCO3. So here you will see that ethanoic acid, which contains carboxylic acid as the functional group, it will react with a basic salt, that is sodium carbonate, to form a new salt known as sodium ethanoate, water and the liberation of carbon dioxide gas. Here you can see the formation of sodium ethanoate, water and carbon dioxide gas, and in place of sodium carbonate, if you use sodium bicarbonate, then similar observations are recorded, that is sodium ethanoate, water and carbon dioxide gas. So here you can see the chemical reactions. 2CH3COOH reacts with Na2CO3, that is sodium carbonate, to form sodium ethanoate, that is CH3COONA plus water plus carbon dioxide gas. CH3COOH plus sodium bicarbonate forms sodium ethanoate, water and carbon dioxide. So here also they can ask you the reactions to complete the reaction and identify the type of reaction. The next is esterification reaction. What do you mean by esterification reaction? Esterification. Substances which have ester as the functional group, they are formed by the chemical reaction between a carboxylic acid and an alcohol. So here you can see the experimental setup where 1 ml of ethanol and 1 ml of glacial ethanoic acid, that is nothing but acetic acid, is taken in a test tube, and then a few drops of concentrated H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, is added in it. This test tube is kept in a beaker containing hot water for at least 5 minutes. Then what you will do, you will take 20 to 30 ml of water in another beaker and you will pour the above reaction mixture in it and you will smell it. What you will notice that you will see a sweet smell coming out of this reaction. So how you can define it? Ethanoic acid, it reacts with ethanol in the presence of an acid catalyst and ester ethyl ethanoate is formed. See, new words for you. Ethyl ethanoate. So the chemical formula for ethanoic acid, CH3COOH reacting with ethanol, that is CH3CH2OH in the presence of an acid catalyst to form ethyl ethanoate and water. And this reaction is nothing but an example of esterification reaction. Now esters, they have a sweet smell, and majority of the fruits, they have their smell due to the particular ester which is present in them. So due to the property of having the sweet fragrance or the smell, esters are used for making fragrances and flavoring agents. The last reaction to end the chapter is saponification reaction. What is saponification reaction? When an ester is reacted with the alkali sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, the corresponding alcohol and carboxylic acid are obtained back, and this reaction is called saponification reaction. Why saponification? Because it is used for the preparation of soap from the fats. So the reaction is between an ester and alkali sodium hydroxide. So here we complete with the explanation for chapter number 9, the lengthiest chapter of our syllabus, and we also complete with the entire syllabus for section A. Now without wasting time, we will discuss the textual exercise for this chapter. So I request all of you to refer page number 133. Question number 1. Match the pairs. Match the columns it is. First one, C2H6. It is a saturated hydrocarbon. C2H2 triple bond, CH4O molecular formula of an alcohol, and C3H6 unsaturated hydrocarbon. Here you can see C2H6 is nothing but ethane. So it is saturated hydrocarbon. C3, it should be H8. So it is unsaturated hydrocarbon. Here directly I have written the answers. According to the options given in the exam, you have to select the correct option. Now question number 2 I will discuss offline because it is the electron dot structure. Let us move towards question number 3. Draw all possible structural formulae of compounds from their molecular formula given below. Molecular formula of the compound is given. You have to draw all the possible structural formulae. C4H10 is butane. For butane, one structural formula I have drawn over here. I will give you the reference page number. The possible structural formulae for butane are given in the textbook on page number 116. Page number 116, you can see figure 9.13b. 9.13b, two structural formulae for the molecular formula C4H10 are given. One I have already shown on this slide. Both you have to draw in the exam. Butane, you know, C4H10. So 4 carbon atoms are linked by single bond and linked to 10 hydrogen atoms. Next is C3H4. You can see both the structural formulae which are possible I have displayed on the slide. C3H4. Now here it is an unsaturated hydrocarbon. So triple bond between 2 carbon atoms you can clearly see. Now we move to the next question, that is question number 4. Explain the following terms with an example which can be asked in the exam for 2 marks each. 1 mark for the definition. Explain means definition, and 1 mark for your example. So the first one is structural isomerism. Just now we have referred page number 116 for the structural formula of butane. Same example you have to mention here. So on page number 116 you have the definition for structural isomerism. Below the figure 9.13, the paragraph which you have, 4th line. Last paragraph of that page, 4th line. The phenomenon in which compounds having different structural formulae but have the same molecular formula is called structural isomerism. And an example here is the same example which I had given just now for butane, 9.13, figure 9.13b, two structural formulae for the molecular formula C4H10. That both the structural formulae you have to draw in the exam as an example, or any other example of your choice you can take up over here. Question number 4b, covalent bond. For the answer, refer page number 111, page number 111. Here you have the definition, second last paragraph. After you have the three alternative routes of carbon to attain a noble gas configuration. After that three routes, you have a small definition over there, a small paragraph. The chemical bond formed by sharing of two valence electrons between the two atoms is called covalent bond. And the last paragraph you see there, they have shown the electron dot structure and the structure of hydrogen molecule. So that formation of water you can give as example for covalent bond. How covalent bond is formed between oxygen and each of the hydrogen in a water molecule, that you can give as an example. Next question, question number 4c, heteroatom in a carbon compound. Definition and an example is required. So the answer you will get in your textbook on page number 117. Page number 117. You have three paragraphs on that page towards the end. Second paragraph, fourth line. Under the heading of functional groups, that first paragraph under the heading of functional group, fourth line. The atoms of the elements substitute one or more hydrogen atoms in the hydrocarbon chain, and thereby the tetravalency of carbon is satisfied. The atom of the element which is substitute for hydrogen is referred to as heteroatom. You know, one of the hydrogen atom or more hydrogen atoms are replaced by some atoms of the other elements, which is the substitute for hydrogen, and that other atom is known as hetero from outside. So example here I have taken is methyl alcohol, that is CH3OH. Here one hydrogen atom in methane is replaced by OH group. How is methane? CH4. So one hydrogen is less, so CH3 it becomes, and that hydrogen is replaced by OH group, which is your heteroatom. So here I have to give the explanation. Don't only write the example and leave it. Half mark will be lost over there. So what is replacing what and which is the heteroatom, that you have to mention. So here I have mentioned, here one hydrogen atom in methane is replaced by OH group. OH is a functional group and is a heteroatom. The next definition also you have on the same page, functional group, question number 4D, functional group, same page, 117, last paragraph, first line. The compound acquires specific chemical properties due to the heteroatoms or the group of atoms that contain heteroatoms, irrespective of the length and nature of the carbon chain in that compound. Therefore, these heteroatoms or the group of atoms containing heteroatoms are called functional groups. Same example I have taken in methanol, that is CH3OH. OH is the functional group. Any other example you can take. Don't just refer the examples which I have given. I have selected the very simple examples. Next is question number 4E, alkane. Very simple definition you can write on your own. Saturated hydrocarbons containing carbon to carbon single bond are called as alkanes, and C2H6, that is ethane, I have taken as an example. Next is unsaturated hydrocarbon, F. Unsaturated hydrocarbon. This definition you will get in the textbook on page number 115. Page number 115. The paragraph above the heading, straight chain, branch chain, above that which you have the paragraph, there you have the first line. Carbon compounds having a double bond or triple bond between two carbon atoms are called unsaturated compounds. So example is ethene C2H4. Any other example you can take? You can take the example of ethyne, C2H2 also. Next, question number 4, G and H are the questions which are based on the removed part of the syllabus, homopolymer and monomer. So both you have to omit, cancel it because it is not there in your syllabus. They have removed it out from the syllabus due to the pandemic. And last, INJ, reduction and oxidant. That I have not mentioned on this slide because you have already studied about reduction and oxidant in chapter number 3. So that definition with the example you can take over here. Because in the exam when they will ask, they will not ask in the bracket related to chapter number 9. So here you can attempt the definition and the example from 3rd chapter also. If you want to attempt from this chapter, then under the chemical properties of carbon compounds in oxidation, you have about the oxidant, that is potassium dichromate or potassium permanganate. That also you can take as the example. Now we move to question number 5, which we have discussed very thoroughly through the offline mode, that is IUPAC names. So again I won't revise over here. We move to question number 6. Very important question. Identify the type of following reaction of carbon compounds. Here 3 reactions they can ask in the exam for 3 marks, or 6 they can ask for 3 marks, or 4 they can ask for 2 marks, each for half mark or each for 1 mark. Depends upon the paper setter or the board how they will ask. So prepare this question very thoroughly. First reaction, you only have to identify the reaction. Entire reaction they will be typing and giving to you. CH3, CH2, CH2OH forming CH3, CH2, COOH. Here you can see COOH means one oxygen is increasing. So example of oxidation reaction. So immediately you will write oxidation reaction. No need of any type of explanation over here because they have not mentioned in the question. Identify the type of following reaction and explain. Okay, so only you have to identify. The second one, CH3, CH2, CH3 forming 3 CO2 plus 4 water molecules. You have studied the chemical properties of carbon compounds. Under that, the first one is combustion, where the products are carbon dioxide, heat, light, or carbon dioxide, water, light. So this is an example of combustion reaction. The third one, CH3, CH, double bond CH, single bond CH3 plus bromine forming CH3, CHBr, CHBr, CH3. Here you can see something is getting added. So it is an example of combination reaction or addition reaction for carbon compounds. Next, fourth one, CH3 single bond CH3 plus chlorine, that is Cl2 forming CH3 CH2 Cl plus HCl substitution reaction. You have studied the chlorination of methane. So here it is for ethane substitution reaction. Next, CH3 CH2 CH2 CH2OH CH3 CH2 CH double bond CH2 plus H2O dehydration reaction. You have studied dehydration reaction when we have studied the chemical properties of ethanol. Next, CH3 single bond CH2 COOH plus NaOH forming CH3 CH2 COONA neutralization reaction. Here a small mistake is there. It should be plus H2O, water, salt and water. So water is not typed by mistake. Neutralization reaction. And the last one, CH3COOH plus CH3OH, that is a reaction between your methanol and you can see methyl alcohol esterification reaction. Example of esterification reaction. Just now today you have studied for ethanoic acid and your ethanol. Here it is between methanol and methanoic acid. Structural formulae we will discuss in the offline mode, because if I just display it on the slides you will not understand. Question number 5 we have already discussed offline. Now we move towards the last question, that is answer in brief. Write the answers as directed. What causes the existence of very large number of carbon compounds? What causes the existence of very large number of carbon compounds? You have to refer page number 114 for the answer. All the points are given in the textbook, only they are given in a topsy-turvy way. You have to mark it correctly. Your first point is point number C on page number 114. You can see below that table 9.7. You have point number C. There begins your first point. Being tetravalent, one carbon atom can form bonds with 4 other atoms that may be carbon or any other. This results in the formation of many compounds. For the second point, go to the first line of this page besides the table. That is point B is your second point over here. 2 carbon atoms can be bonded together by 1, 2 or 3 covalent bonds called as single bond, double bond and triple bond respectively. Continue marking for the third point. Due to the ability of carbon atoms to form multiple bonds as well as single bonds, the number of carbon compounds increases. And this example you will get in the textbook in point number C. Just now where you have marked point number 1, in point C, third line you will get. For example, 5 different compounds are formed using 1 carbon atom and 2 monovalent elements, hydrogen and chlorine, CH4, CH3Cl, CH2Cl2, CHCl3, CCl4, that is carbon tetrachloride. I hope you have marked the answer carefully. Point number C on page number 114 is your point number 1. Point number B on the same page you have it as point number 2 and 3, and again this example you will get in point number C. Next question. Saturated hydrocarbons are classified into 3 types. Write the names giving one example each. In very simple way, you can just show this is a flowchart type. How the saturated hydrocarbons are classified into straight chain, branched chain and cyclic or ring carbon atoms, and one example for each you have to provide. Here I have taken the example for straight chain as ethane, branched chain butane and cyclic or ring carbon atom cyclohexane. You have to draw the structural formula also. Here I have only given the molecular formula to you. You have to draw the structural formula also. Then only you will be able to show how it is a straight chain, how it is a branched chain. Here I have given the example along with the molecular formula. You have to draw the structural formula below it. Next question, question number 4C, very important. Give any 4 functional groups containing oxygen as the heteroatom in it. Write the name and the structural formula of one example each. Now examples you can take of your choice. Only the main part I will mark and give in the textbook. Now here any 4 functional groups, but they should contain oxygen as the heteroatom. So you are supposed to refer page number 118, the entire chart which you have of the functional group. There you see the first case in that chart heteroatom is halogen and the last is nitrogen. So in the center you have oxygen as the heteroatom. That functional groups you can take. Here I have not displayed the names and all. Here it is the name of the heteroatom. Then the name, structural formula, condensed formula, and then any one example of your choice you can take. First I have taken alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid. They have told any 4. I have given you all the 6 which are there in the textbook. And one example here you can take. Methyl alcohol, acetaldehyde and so on. Same Next question also on the same page you will get the answer. Give the names of 3 functional groups containing 3 different heteroatoms. In the previous question it was having only oxygen as the heteroatom. Now 3 different heteroatoms. Write the name and structural formula of one example each. So here you can take one from halogen, one from oxygen and one from nitrogen. Then you have to write the name, structural formula, condensed structural formula, and as I have told you in the previous question, you have to write one example each. Suppose you take halogen chlorine, then here you will write halo chromo Cl, and then you can write chromo propane, chromo ethane, whatever example you wish to take. Here this chart, prepare it very thoroughly. They can just ask in the exam that entire chart also, and they will give you the names, heteroatoms. This part they will keep blank and you have to fill the blanks. Now you know question number 8E and question number 8F are omitted due to the reduction in syllabus from the education department. The names of the 3 natural polymers and what is meant by vinegar and gashol, that part they have removed out from the syllabus. So question number 8E and F are omitted. So the last question to end this chapter, question number 8G. What is a catalyst? Write any one reaction which is brought about by the use of a catalyst. Catalyst, any definitions which you have studied in chapter number 3 also you can write over here. A substance which helps a chemical reaction to take place faster without interfering in it is called as a catalyst. Here I have taken example, hydrogenation of vegetable oils. They require the presence of a nickel catalyst because in your textbook on page number 126 you have this example, and they have told with the help of the catalyst you have to write the reaction. For the reaction you can refer the 3rd chapter, page number 33. Page number 33, your equation number 6, that is the same reaction over here. Vegetable oil plus hydrogen in the presence of nickel catalyst, you get the vanaspati ghee as the product. So with this we complete with the discussion of textual exercise for this chapter. Now hardly 1 or 2 additional questions are there, so that we will complete very fast. Only the 2 additional questions are there, and remaining you know all the chemical properties and all you have to study it on your own. Define a homologous series and second is saponification reaction. This definition you will get in your textbook. The answer on page number 118. You can see the heading homologous series, that paragraph you have. 8th line. The series of compounds formed by joining the same functional group in the place of a particular hydrogen atom on the chains having sequentially increasing length is called homologous series, and any example you can take. Here I have given homologous series of alkanes. You can take homologous series of alcohol anyway. And saponification reaction, just now today we have completed with the discussion. So answer you will get in the textbook on page number 131. Page number 131, you can see towards the beginning part you have use your brain power. Above that you have the very first paragraph of that page. In that paragraph, 2nd line, when an ester is reacted with the alkali sodium hydroxide, the corresponding alcohol and carboxylic acid are obtained back. This reaction is called saponification reaction as it is used for the preparation of soap from fats. Dear children, though this chapter is very lengthy, in the offline mode also in the school I have told you, more you concentrate on the textual part, the questions which are given in the textual part, textual question answers, along with the IUPAC. IUPAC I have taken here also, the entire chart on page number 123 I have discussed online. Also the textual I have discussed it offline also in the school. Each and every example of IUPAC we have solved. So now it's your time to practice it again and again. Unless you practice and write the equations and all for this chapter, you will not become very thorough. So don't take this chapter as a tension, even though it is lengthy. you concentrate more on the important topics of the chapter, that is your functional group, homologous series, and the textual questions and all the chemical properties of carbon compounds. In short, you prepare the chart. Addition reaction, one example. Substitution reaction, one example. In that way, you can prepare this chapter. Now we have our last online session before the preliminary exam on Saturday. On that day, I will be utilizing the online lecture for guidance lecture. I will be guiding you to how to write the paper for your not only preliminary exam but for the board exams also. For 2 marks, how many points you are going to write, how you are going to show your diagrams, how many marks are allotted for the diagrams, everything I have discussed when we had our live sessions. Once again, as our prelims are approaching, I will be utilizing the Saturday's lecture for guiding you. So be present for that online session. Thank you, dear children.